Hello everyone, welcome to Programming Cradle. Today in this video we'll see how to write statement of purpose or person statement. Both the terms are being used interchangeably in many countries. So I have divided this video into several paragraphs. So I will tell you what all you can include in each paragraph and what should be the main focus of each paragraph. So I hope this video will help you in writing SOP for your masters, or if you are going for undergraduate you can use that for that as well. And by the end of this video I'll share some of the tips as well. And if you are new here or if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel and be a part of Programming Cradle family, and also hit that bell icon so that you get notified each time whenever such videos go online. And also hit that like button, and if you decide to give dislike to this video, please let me know in the comment section what is it something that you don't like about the video, so that I can improve it in the next video. So let's see what all we should include in our first paragraph. So first paragraph should be introduction. In introduction we should include what are the importance of the subject, and in my case it's data science, so I'll talk about how data science can bring constructive reforms for the society, how it can help the community, and all those good things about the subject. So you can also include some story, and it can be your real story. I mean, if it's a real story about you, that's really good, or if you are good at making a story, that will work as well. But make sure do not start your introduction with a quote, because it might suppress your whole essay. So that is something you should keep in mind. And most of the experts who are evaluating these paragraphs, they suggest not to include or not to start with a quote. So that is something what we should keep in mind while writing an introduction. Now let's move on to our second paragraph, which is academics. So in this paragraph we should include everything about your academics. So you can tell what you studied in your bachelor's, or if you are going for undergraduate you can talk about what you studied in your 12th class or in your pre-university. And you can also include your academic achievements, like if you participated in some Olympiads, or if you have done some projects, you can include those as well. And you can also link this to your masters, like how this study will help you in your masters, or if you are going for undergraduate, like that. But do not include anything which is not relevant to your further studies. So that these are the things which you should include in your second paragraph. In third paragraph you can include your work experience if you have any. You can include like for which company you worked for, and what was your position, and what were your responsibilities. And you can also include something extra you did which was not part of your responsibility. You took one step ahead and you helped some other team, and it brought a good impact on the client and it helped the company. So you can include these things in your paragraph 3 as your work experience. And in your paragraph 4 you can include why you want to go for this course. So for this you need to talk about the importance of the course. For this you can go to the website of the university and see what all things they have mentioned on their website, and you can take the key features from the website and you can mention those things in your SOP. So, and also you can talk about how this course will help you. So these things you can include in your fourth paragraph. In fifth paragraph you should talk about your career goals. So you can talk about your long-term goals, you can talk about your short-term goals, and what you want to become after finishing that course. In my case it can be a data scientist or data analyst or machine learning engineer, deep learning engineer. For you, if it is a managerial course, you can talk about you want to be a manager, or some examples are here. You can also talk about if you want to be an entrepreneur, you can talk about that. If you want to be a specialist in something, you can talk about that. Or if you want to go for higher studies, you can talk about that as well in this paragraph. Now in sixth paragraph you can talk about, you actually have to write why you want to choose this particular university. So be very specific. Don't write something like I choose your university because of so and so reason. So yeah, you should name the particular university and do your thorough research about that. And to know more about a particular university, you can go to their website and see what are things that you like, and you can add those important points in your SOP. So there will be so many points on the website, so you can pick at least 2 or 3 points which are relevant to you or which are very important for you. So you can include those points in your SOP as a paragraph 6. So now the 7th paragraph will be your conclusion, and again conclusion is one of the most important part of your SOP. So you can summarize and you can use quote here, so that it will be a memorable conclusion. So yeah, these were the things that you should include in your SOP. Now let's talk about some of the very important points, or you can call it as tips. So the first tip that I would like to give you is do not generalize your SOP. So like I told you, do not use like I want to pursue masters in data science at your university. Instead you can write I want to masters data science in XYZ university. You should use their name. Do not generalize your SOP because it won't sound good and it won't make a good impact on the reader or the evaluator. And the next point that I would say is, like I told you, you should include university name, and also while writing about the why you want to choose this course, you can go to their website, you can check what are subjects they are teaching, and you can include those subjects in your SOP as part of your why choose this course. And also you can use some of the statistics of the university, like if university has mentioned the university is in top 200 universities in the world, so you can use that. Or if something unique that university has achieved, you can include those things as well on your resume. It will make very specific resume to a particular university, and it will have a good impact on the evaluator. And also keep your resume from 500 to 1000 words. Do not exceed that, because they will get so many SOPs, and they will have to evaluate so many SOPs, so they don't have much time to read so much. So keep it short, but also it can vary from university to university. So go to the university first and check if they have some guidelines about the SOP and write accordingly. Many universities accept just 500 words. Some universities will ask you to write about 1000 words, so you should keep that in mind before writing SOP. Because if you already write your SOP and when you are going to submit SOP and then you realize that you have exceeded the word limit, or you haven't reached the minimum word, so you will have to work again. So that is something which is very important. And again, do not start with quotes because it will suppress your essay. So these were some few tips that I wanted to give you. And yeah, very important thing, I forgot that, do not make grammatical or spelling mistakes. It sounds very common thing, but sometimes while writing we make such spelling or grammatical mistakes. So for this you can install Grammarly, or you can use Grammarly extension on your web browser, and you can write your essays there, so that it will tell you grammatical or spelling errors then and there. So yeah, these were the important tips that I wanted to give you. So this is it for this video. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and also tell me any suggestions that you have, or if you have something specific, you can always ask me in the comment section. I will be more than happy to help you. And if you want to join our Telegram group, you can join the Telegram group, link will be in the description. And if you are into data science, you can download my data science notes, and you can learn from that. So yeah, with that I will end this video and hope to see you in the next video. Bye, happy learning.